Alright, Shalom. This is Brother DeWatt from the GMS Detroit camp. Basically, I want to do this video, pretty much, that about this guy taking the mark of the beast, okay? Because pretty much, we at that time where basically, because right now they want to give people the Maxine waters, okay, and pretty much, because here in Detroit, they want to do 6,000 per day, which will make it, when you do the math, 40,000 people a week. So yeah, we pretty much at, hey, we was telling people, warning people, that can't nobody say we didn't tell them, but yeah, this is the video about the mark of the beast, pretty much, because right now they're trying to force people to take that Maxine waters, and then they're gonna have people take the RFID microchip. And I wanted to show this video. Okay, then we're gonna go into some scriptures.
More like a bee sting. The latest office innovation is a microchip implanted in the skin.
This is the first American company to ever try this.
So what are they tracking, and would you say yes if your boss asked you to do the same?
So if my employer wanted to microchip me as if I was their puppy, I would have a huge problem with it, and I would probably quit.
You could argue that the government is tracking you everywhere you go, but they are already with your phones.
Yeah, it just seems a bit permanent. If you already have an Apple Watch that's you're wearing around, at least you can take that off at some point. Not something I would do.
I think it's a great idea, and I think it would make it all a lot easier. I just think that you have to back it up with maybe some doctors saying it's good for your health, and then I think I would do it.
3 Square Market is a company working on one of the biotech advances at the forefront, implantable RFID or radio frequency ID microchips. The tech has been around for decades, used to track pets, packages, and livestock, but now the Wisconsin-based company is trying to make the implants mainstream. Even with all the risks and unknowns associated with this technology, I was really curious what it'd be like to have it. So I traveled to Wisconsin to get chipped, thinking, what's the worst that could happen? The chip is coming out at the end of the day. And the RFID chip is already inside there.
Yes.
And it's a little bit larger than a grain of rice.
Correct.
Jasmine rice, I think.
Basmati.
That's Andy Whitehead, better known as Gonzo. He's a local body piercer with 17 years of experience who was brought in to implant the microchips. I was slightly nervous about having the microchip inserted inside my body, given the size of the needle, and also nervous about what it could potentially mean for me, but here we go.
It's in there. Pretty quick and easy.
I feel like a cyborg.
Here you go, you're a proud member now.
Indeed, part of the club. Just like that, I was part of a small group of people on Earth pushing the boundaries of what it means to be human. And within minutes, I was meeting with their tech team to get my chip programmed. I guess what you're saying, to sort of put it in layman's terms, if I wouldn't need to take this out until we live in that futuristic world where everything's wireless, cash is gone, autonomous vehicles take us everywhere, and I'm just beeping my way through my day.
Really, probably you'd never have to take it out, and this is what we think is going to propel us into that next stage in life, the cashless society like they're doing overseas already. This would facilitate that because you wouldn't need to carry any cards or cash. Everything would literally be stored on the chip.
There is no GPS tracker in the chip, which was really good to know. And the applications for it were actually pretty sweet.
Yeah, I just want to cut that off right quick, stop it from there. Now the guy just said that there's no tracking device in the RFID microchip, which is a lie. They could track you, so that's a big time lie, and I just want to say that right quick, but I'm gonna head right back to this video.
I could now open doors, fire off texts, forget all of my passwords, and even make credit card payments. I started to wonder, Is it worth getting this thing removed?
And what I'll do is I'll set yours up so that I can make a phone call off of it right now. Success.
Stuck in this internal debate about whether to keep the chip, I thought I'd talk to some employees to get their take. One who has the chip and another who opted out.
You know, I wasn't opposed to it, but they had so many people that wanted the chip that I felt I would just wait for a few months and see how everybody reacted to it. If anybody got sick from it, anybody got infections, you know, any of that stuff. And it's everybody that has gotten one has been just doing just fine on it.
You got chipped on your very first day. I guess the number one question I have is why? Like, why did you feel you had to do it besides seeing everyone else?
So I found out through social media that the company that I was moving from Colorado to come to Wisconsin to work was optionally microchipping their employees. It sounds really futuristic and bizarre. And at first I wasn't going to do it.
And how much information did you have? Did you know that you could open doors? Sure, but how much information do you have about the chip in general?
All the questions that the news were asking, all the questions the employees were asking, all the right questions, the nitty-gritty questions were there. So I knew what it was made of, I knew what it could do, what it could do in the future. I was well educated before getting a microchip in my hands.
They offered to take it out at the end of the day, and I was like, absolutely don't want this thing in my body longer than it needs to be. And I'm kind of having second thoughts. I think it might be fun to play around with it some more. I don't know, I'm having some thoughts, some inner conflicts about whether to keep it in or take it out. Upon application, there's a risk of infection, but beyond that, are there any downsides to having an RFID chip implanted anywhere in your body?
This is an approved device. There's been nothing that has come out since 2004 that has done anything to change the FDA's stance on it.
Well, for one thing, I'm not sure it's been conclusive whether or not these are safe for the human body. I know the FDA approved them years and years ago, but I think long term is sort of when we find these things out.
That's Michelle DeMoy. She researches how new technology could impact.
If you take this device, you're pretty much screwed if you're so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. If you take this device, and if you take it, you in trouble with how about Shimmy Awasha, pretty much. So excuse me, just wanted to check on something. But that'll be enough for that. Pretty much, this RFID microchip, once you have it in you can try to take it out if you want to. If you're so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. Now them Edomites and them other heathen nations, they can take all the chips they want. But if you're one of the 12 tribes of Israel, you take it, you're pretty much in trouble. So you can try to take it out. Them angels is watching, and they everywhere. So they'll know if you took the shot or not. So, but now I just want to go into some scriptures right quick. Okay, Revelation chapter 13, verses 16, and he chose all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in thy right hand or in thy foreheads. Okay, and that's where they're gonna want to put the mark at, pretty much, either on your forehead, on your right hand. Next one, and no man may buy or sell save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And the last one, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 306, which would be that barcode 666 pretty much. You know, that's going to be in that chip. You know, but pretty much I just wanted to pretty much just bring this up. You know that we're at the end. You know, they're out here giving people that Maxine Waters, and you know what's going to come up next after that is the RFID microchip. So pretty much, Lord willing, this was edifying. So with that, I want to give our honest God's praises due to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kagadash, the bottom apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace to Akim that's doing this work on the four corners of earth, Shalom, and above, Kram Bakiyam, Shalom.